What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than a local server or a personal computer. For today's presentation agenda, we'll be going through cloud computing define, cloud computing architecture, as a service model, and hybrid cloud. What is the cloud? Where is the cloud? Are we in the cloud now? These are all questions you've probably heard or even asked yourself. The term cloud computing is everywhere. In the simplest terms, cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer. The cloud is just a metaphor for the internet. It goes back to the days of flowcharts and presentations that would represent the gigantic server farm infrastructure of the internet as nothing but a puffy white cloud, accepting connections and doling out information as it floats. What cloud computing is not about is your local computer. When you store data on or run programs from the hard drive, that's called local storage and computing. Everything you need is physically close to you, which means accessing your data is fast and easy for the one computer or others on a local network. Working off your hard drive is how the computer industry functioned for decades. Some would argue it's still superior to cloud computing. There are multiple data centers that host different types of computing resources. These data centers are interconnected around the globe or in the region and help to distribute the different computing demand from various locations. For example, if you're hosting an email service, you may be accessing the data center closest to you in your area. This is to improve the speed to reach your data and also to reduce load coming from multiple sources. There are many different services that we use on a daily basis that relies on cloud computing. For example, when you perform online banking transactions, it is accessing resources on a cloud. When you post comments at social media sites, you're using computing resources that are only available from the vendors that you subscribe to. The same goes for your personal emails. Cloud computing cuts out the high cost of hardware. You simply pay as you go and enjoy a subscription-based model that's kind of your cash flow. Add to that the years of setup and management, and suddenly your scary IT project looks a lot friendlier. It's never been easier to take the first step to cloud adoption. Cloud-based services are ideal for businesses with growing or fluctuating business demands. If your needs increase, it's easy to scale up your cloud capacity. Likewise, if you need to scale down, again, the flexibility is baked into the service. This level of agility can give businesses using cloud computing a real advantage over competitors. High availability is ultimately the holy grail of the cloud. It embodies the idea of anywhere and anytime access to services, tools, and data, and is the enabler of visions of a future with companies with no physical offices or of global companies with completely integrated and unified IT systems. This solution allows you to access your emails and documents from virtually any mobile devices connected to the internet. And this allows you to share and edit documents with your colleagues in different locations using your own centralized online document store. The as-a-service model provides companies with plug-in, scalable, consumption-based services supported by analytics, cloud, and automation, and to deliver business outcomes. The as-a-service business model in the information technology space has been slowly taking over applications and sectors for the past decade. Now, cloud computing and an explosion of mobility are dramatically accelerating the pace of that conversion. The most common examples of as-a-service are software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service. The combined use of this tree is sometimes referred to as the SPI model. Other examples of as a service include storage as a service, communications as a service, network as a service, and monitoring as a service. On-premises software, sometimes abbreviated as on-prem, is installed and runs on computers on the premises or in the building of the organization using the software rather than a remote facility such as a server farm of cloud. Infrastructure as a service is a form of cloud computing that provides virtualized computing resources over the internet. In an IaaS model, a third-party provider hosts hardware, software, servers, storage, and other infrastructure components on behalf of its users. IaaS providers also host users' applications and handle tasks including system maintenance, backup, and resiliency planning. Platform as a service is a category of cloud computing services that provides a platform allowing customers to develop, run, and manage applications without the complexity of building and maintaining an infrastructure typically associated with developing and launching an app. With SaaS, a provider licenses an application to customers either as a service on demand, through a subscription, in a pay-as-you-go model, or at no charge when there is an opportunity to generate revenue from streams other than the user, such as from advertisement or user list sales. SaaS is a rapidly growing market as indicated in recent reports that predict ongoing double-digit growth. This rapid growth indicates that SaaS will soon become commonplace within every organization, and hence it is important that buyers and users of technology understand what SaaS is and where it is most suitable. Hybrid cloud is a cloud computing environment which uses a mix of on-premises, private cloud, and third-party public cloud services with orchestration between the two platforms. By allowing workloads to move between private and public clouds as computing needs and costs change, hybrid cloud gives businesses greater flexibility and more data deployment options. For example, an enterprise can deploy an on-premises private cloud to hold sensitive or critical workloads, but use a third-party public cloud provider, such as Google Compute Engine or IBM Bluemix, to host less critical resources, such as test and development workloads. To hold customer-facing archival and backup data, a hybrid cloud could also use Amazon Simple Storage Service. If you like what you have learned in this presentation today, feel free to like and subscribe to get more technology content to your feed.